Waiting was easier when no one noticed. When it was quiet, personal, between God and her own heart. But waiting became heavier when it began to attract attention, questions, expectations, assumptions. It started subtly. Modupe was washing plates one Saturday morning when her phone buzzed on the small table beside her bed. She dried her hands and glanced at the screen. It was her cousin, Kemi. How is school? Are you still involved in that fellowship thing? Any special person yet? Modupe sighed. Kemi had always been like this, curious, observant, unapologetically forward. She was older, married, and had once been Modupe's model of what faith and love could look like together. Growing up, Modupe had admired how confidently Kemi navigated life. Now, the questions made her uneasy. School is fine, she replied. Fellowship is good. Nothing special. She stared at the last message longer than necessary before sending it. Nothing special. The words felt both true and incomplete. Later that afternoon, Tumishe sprawled across Modupe's bed, flipping through her notes. You've been quiet today, Tumishe said. I think a lot, Modupe replied. Tumishe laughed. That's not new. Modupe hesitated. Do you think people should always explain their waiting? Tumishe paused. To who? To others, Modupe said. Family. Friends. People who mean well. Tumishe considered it. Waiting is between you and God. Explanations are optional. Modupe nodded, but the tension remained. That evening, she called home. Her mother's voice was warm, familiar. How are you, Modupe? I'm fine, Mo. How is school? Are you settling well? Yes, Mo. A pause. Your aunt was asking about you, Mrs. Johnson said casually. She mentioned something about relationships. Modupe stiffened. What did she say? She asked carefully. That you are very focused, her mother replied. That you don't involve yourself in distractions. Modupe exhaled quietly. That is good, her mother added. But remember, you won't be a child forever. Modupe closed her eyes briefly. I know, Mo. Just be careful, Mrs. Johnson continued. Don't rush. But don't hide either. After the call ended, Modupe sat on her bed for a long time. She wasn't hiding. She was discerning. But explaining that felt impossible. Across campus, Temitayo was facing his own pressure. Final year meetings were increasing. Convocation preparations were underway. Conversations about the future seemed to find him everywhere, lecturers, family friends, church members. So what's next? Someone asked him after service. NYSC, he replied automatically. And marriage. Another voice chimed in jokingly. He smiled politely. That night, he sat alone in his room, books open but unread. Waiting had always felt responsible. Now it felt costly. He knelt beside his bed. God, he prayed, teach me how to wait without withdrawing. Back in her room, Modupe opened her journal.